Hello and welcome to Calculus 2 here at Cañada College. My name is Lapuz. In this video, we will be looking at this checkpoint 6.17 from section 6.4. It says to find the Maclaurin series for sine x of x squared. Now, we will assume that we have seen the Maclaurin series before, and it is in one of our tables that has a list of important series, one of them being the sine function. And we have the series for that. Now, for the sine x, maybe we should write out a few terms here. And the few terms would be like sine x is equal to, it's an odd function. The sign is so that you'll have odd power parts of the polynomial. It's an alternating series, so it starts off with a positive and a negative, and then an odd function, x to the third over 3 factorial, and then x to the fifth over 5 factorial, and then negative x to the seventh over 7 factorial, etc. So here is a general term for the sine function. Now what we want to do is we simply want to put in an x squared in for the sine function. So sine x will become sine x squared, and that means wherever you see an x, you're going to replace it with an x squared. So if we imagine filling this in with like a template, this is to the third, 5 factorial, to the seventh over 7 factorial, and then what we want to do is we basically want to replace everything with an x squared. So this will be x squared to the third, x squared to the fifth, x squared to the seventh, and then we'll put the dot 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 here to say that it goes on forever. And then we will have x squared minus x to the sixth over 3 factorial plus x to the 10th over 5 factorial minus x to the 14th over 7 factorial, etc. All right, now if we do want to write that out as a series, then we can just look at the series and say, okay, this is going to be n goes from 0 to infinity of -1 to the n times, now wherever we see an x, remember, we're going to replace it with an x squared. This is 2n plus 1 over 2n plus 1 factorial. Oops. There's the factorial here. And so, like I said, we're going to put in x squared here. So just off to the side, x squared to the 2n plus 1 power will be this thing multiplied together. So this will be x to the 4n plus 2 power, and then that would be your final answer. So our series sine x squared will actually be equal to the infinite sum and goes from 0 to infinity of -1 to the nth power, and then we have x to the 4n plus 2 power divided by 2n plus 1 factorial. And then that's it. All right. I hope that helps. Good luck.